In the hush of a stadium under twilight's veil, where floodlights carve shadows across the emerald pitch, Arsenal's corner flag flutters like a siren's call. The air thickens with anticipation, a symphony of breaths held as players converge, their jerseys rippling in the crisp evening breeze. Here, in this sacred arc of the field, lies the genesis of chaos, a mere flag marking the boundary between strategy and sorcery, where the gunners transform stillness into storm. Imagine the leather sphere arcing through the night, kissed by the boot of a maestro, drawing defenders into a vortex of doubt and desperation. The crowd's roar builds like distant thunder, hearts pounding in unison with the thud of cleats on turf. This is no ordinary set piece. It's Arsenal's alchemical art, forged in the fires of tactical brilliance, turning the mundane into the magnificent. As of this season, Arsenal reigns supreme in the Premier League's dead ball domain. Their 17 non-penalty set-piece goals, eclipsing rivals across Europe, a testament to their unyielding evolution in a game where every inch is contested. Long before the echoes of glory resounded through Emirates Stadium, Arsenal's journey into set-piece supremacy began in the quiet corridors of strategy sessions. Under Mikel Arteta's watchful gaze and the meticulous mind of Nicolas Jover, the set-piece coach, a revolution stirred in 2021, blending data-driven precision with on-field poetry. Corners, once mere interruptions, became canvases for creativity in swinging deliveries, curving like crescent moons, targeting the 6-yard box with lethal intent. The context unfolds in the broader tapestry of modern football, where open play flair meets the grind of defensive fortresses. In an era of high presses and packed boxes, set pieces have ascended as equalizers, accounting for over 15% of goals league-wide. Arsenal, drawing inspiration from basketball screens and NFL blocks, honed routines that exploit the slightest lapse, their players moving like shadows in a dance of deception. Today, in 2026, this foundation has solidified Arsenal's fortress. They've netted 36 Premier League goals from corners since 2023-24, teetering on the brink of shattering records, while narratives swirl about their boring reliance. Yet their efficiency speaks volumes, blending grit with grace in a sport demanding both. As the 2025-26 season dawned, Arsenal's corner tricks emerged from the mist like predators in wait, early matches revealing glimpses of their sharpened arsenal. In the opening fixtures, in-swinging corners from Declan Rice and Martin Dedegaard began to unravel defenses, with Gabriel's towering headers crashing like waves against cliffs. The Emirates pulsed with electric energy, fans sensing the shift as set pieces turned draws into triumphs, each delivery a thread weaving tension tighter. Key players stepped into the spotlight, Bukayo Saka's deceptive short corners pulling markers astray, while Kai Havertz's runs created corridors of chaos. Sensory overload defined these moments, the sharp whistle piercing the air, the scuffle of boots in the muddied box, emotions surging from hope to exhilaration as balls nestled in nets. Rivals watched warily, their scouts scribbling notes on Arsenal's deliberate delays, averaging 45 seconds per corner to orchestrate perfection. By mid-season, the rising tide was undeniable. Arsenal's 13 Premier League set-piece goals led the pack, their block-the-goalkeeper routine frustrating foes, building a narrative of dominance amid whispers of tactical tedium in today's hyper-competitive football landscape. Amid the crescendo of Arsenal's set-piece symphony, a pivotal shift rippled through the league as rivals unearthed countermeasures. In the Carabao Cup clash against Chelsea, Liam Rosinier's innovative tactic leaving attackers high to dilute Arsenal's overload marked the turning moment, a defensive veil that muted the Gunners' roar. The stadium's lights flickered on strained faces, the once invincible routines now contested with fresh ferocity, turning the pitch into a battlefield of wits. This dramatic pivot echoed across pitches. Monaco and Crystal Palace mirrored the ploy, their players lingering upfield like sentinels, forcing Arsenal to recalibrate mid-match. The air grew heavy with uncertainty, the crack of blocked shots replacing triumphant cheers, emotions teetering between frustration and resolve as Arteta's side adapted, their corners evolving from predictable patterns to improvised artistry. In today's February 2026 condition, this turning point underscores football's fluid nature. While Arsenal still tops net set-piece goals at 9, concessions have risen, sparking debates on sustainability in a Premier League embracing in-swingers over out-swingers, where adaptation is the ultimate survival. The emotional pinnacle erupted in a late-season thriller against Newcastle, where Arsenal's corner mastery climaxed in a heart-stopping 96th-minute winner. Gabriel rose like a colossus under the glaring floodlights, his header from Dedegaard's curling delivery thundering into the net, unleashing a torrent of red and white jubilation. The stadium shook with seismic roars, confetti like scarves swirling in the wind, as victory's sweet scent mingled with the sweat of exertion. This climax wasn't mere happenstance. It embodied the culmination of choreographed chaos screens blocking paths, feints drawing fouls, the ball's trajectory a luminous arc against the darkening sky. Emotions peaked in raw intensity. Players' embraces conveying unbreakable bonds, fans' tears reflecting years of near misses, the pitch alive with the pulse of conquest. As of now in 2026, such moments define Arsenal's campaign. Their 6.4 goals per 100 corners the league's best, blending heartbreak for foes with unbridled ecstasy for the faithful, in a sport where set pieces now rival open-play spectacles. In the aftermath of these tactical tempests, one reflects on the profound impact of Arsenal's corner innovations, reshaping football's very soul. What began as a niche strategy has elevated set pieces to stardom, influencing academies worldwide to prioritize dead ball drills where precision trumps power. The meaning lies in balance. Arsenal's prowess reminds us that beauty in football isn't solely in flowing attacks, but in the artistry of the orchestrated, turning vulnerabilities into victories. Thoughtful commentary reveals a deeper truth. In an age of data analytics and physical parity, set pieces democratize success, allowing underdogs to challenge giants. Yet the boring label stings, overlooking the emotional depth, the strategic minds forging bonds, the crowd's collective gasp as routines unfold like poetry in motion. As the final whistle fades into the night, we return to that humble corner flag, a sentinel standing silent amid the echoes of glory. Arsenal's tricks, once whispers, now resound as legends, binding players and fans in an unbreakable chain of ingenuity and heart. The core theme endures. In football's grand theater, the dead ball breathes life, curving destinies with every swing. Picture the pitch emptying under starlit skies, the grass bearing imprints of battles won, emotions lingering like mist. This is the poetry of persistence, where strategy meets soul, inviting us to dream what arcs lie ahead. Let Arsenal's corners remind us that true mastery lies not in the obvious, but in the artful bend of the unforeseen, forever etching their mark on the beautiful game's timeless canvas.